Stand by in the studio now.
Hey, welcome. It's Wednesday, 10:30. That means you've got everybody in the studio for another round of BSing.
Yay!
I feel like this needed more cowbells, so I delivered.
Delivered.
Yeah, and that too. Hey, you know what? Sometimes we need the air horn too.
You don't have an actual air horn?
We don't have an actual air horn.
Who's that voice?
That's Clay, by the way. So Tony is out sick today, so we have Clay from Weekends filling in Tony's position. Of course, Jake and Jen and Danny Dwyer and myself, Mojo. You ever watch Sanford and Son?
Yes.
I feel like Tony has a tinge of that, where it's like, oh no, this is the big one, it's coming.
Yeah.
So he's out today because he had one of those moments.
Oh, you think so?
Oh.
Could be. It could be that.
Jen and I were thinking that it was a late delayed St. Patty's Day drink hangover.
He said it had something to do with a suppository. He says, I can't make it in today. I'm completely non-functional. It has to do with a suppository, and that's the last we've heard from him.
Anybody else want to hear more about that?
No, thank you.
I'm on the fence.
So Tony's sick. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm on the fence.
curious.
I'm curious, but I want like veto power in the middle of the story. Like, be like, I can't change my mind. Now I don't want to know anymore. I'm all good.
I had to clarify what one of those were.
Yeah.
Like the driver's ed school, the teacher sits next to you with the brake pedal. You want to be able to stomp on that. It has to be TMI.
This is not part of the podcast, but has anybody ever done that? I've never.
A suppository?
What?
Yeah.
I've given them to my kids.
I've never even done that.
So someone's going to have to tell me what that is. I was just going
So
to
you
blow
don't know
past that and act like I knew what it was.
It's medicine you put in your butt.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a little pill form thing. When kids sometimes we had to do it to Tanner a couple times. Sorry, Tanner, I just embarrassed the crap out of you. Literally, like, when they're all plugged up and they can't, you need to help. It's what they got to do.
Is that what it's for? Is for constipation?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
yes.
Depends on what the
sometimes.
medicine is.
Yeah.
So you go in to come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it goes in there and does whatever it's supposed to do. But not all of them do that.
And
No.
hey, guys, it may not be medicine. He might have been taking his temperature and had an accident or something.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know what it was.
Oh my God, that took a turn.
Yeah. That's not an image I really wanted to see in my head
Clay's
today.
using the veto power right now. Veto!
So, Tony, we hope you're feeling better, buddy, and your number 2 is getting back to being number 1.
Hope everything comes out okay.
A lady in Aloha, Robin. Thank you, Danny.
That's like a 90-year-old joke.
Hi, Robin and Margaret. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Boy, this is going right down the drain, isn't
Boy,
it?
right
It's
down
like
the toilet.
Tony's day. I don't know how to recover from that. So we all bring a topic to the table, something happening in pop culture, in our life. We go around the room, take your comments as well. That's kind of the gist of BS. And anyone want to throw theirs out first?
I'll do mine first. In a positive note, we're all looking forward to spring break. I know the kids are getting ready, pumped up for next week.
Sure.
There's some really cool things, and you and I both were attached to an email yesterday. A friend of ours is coming from California. Her family lives here, a portion of her family, but her kids never really had the chance to experience the beauty of Oregon. So in her email, her thing was like, hey, guys, what's there to do? And it got me thinking, I'm like, what are some of the things, like, Clay, if your parents come to town, where would you take them? Jake, my things.
Right.
There's some really cool things going on. And I don't know if many people know this right now, but spring is a really cool time of the year for whale migrating because there's...
On the Willamette, or?
No, yeah, well, I wish. That'd be really cool.
Oh, my God.
But there's 18,000 whales migrating from Alaska to the Baja of Mexico right now. And yesterday alone, they saw 40 whales in Tillamook.
What?
Yeah, at the Inn at Spanish Head. There's like a tent. It's like the lobby, and it's like 10 stories above the ocean. But it's really cool. And this week, it's already kicked off, but this weekend's the first official weekend, and there's volunteers along the coastline that you could do different stop points and watch with binoculars and see the whales. I mean, you're not in the water paddleboarding with them.
Well,
you're
sure.
not that close. But when they breach, there's enough to see, that many. And I thought yesterday,
That's cool.
40 alone with the weather the way it is. And
Dang, I wish I knew that. I was at the coast yesterday.
yeah, see?
Yeah,
So
when
you
she
can
was at
imagine.
the coast yesterday when she called in sick.
I wasn't sick.
Took a personal day.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Well, the good news is you had 2 hands on the wheel and you were driving along the coastline, which is what you're supposed to do, not be looking at the ocean. You're supposed to pull out into the stop points. But I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, so for me...
So when you go do that and
Yeah.
you're looking through binoculars, is that impressive at all?
Here,
Not as much as being next to it.
I was just thinking that. It's like you say, oh, I'm going whale watching this weekend. You're like, huh, loser.
Yeah.
But thinking about seeing like the magnitude of how big a whale really is
True. Yeah.
in real life.
But that's if you're on a boat. Like I'm talking,
Yeah.
if you're out, I would love to go whale watching, but I'm not just gonna stand on the coastline
Yeah.
I
and
feel like it would
see
still be
tiny
cool
specks
to
in
be
the
like,
distance.
But I'm just saying, that's one of the cool things to do with the kids. They never get a chance to see. You know, you go to SeaWorld, you see a whale in the water, it's a different story. When you
Right.
see them out in the ocean like that, you're like, whoa, there's one breaching. Yes, it's not the same factor if you're in a boat at Buoy 10.
That's kinda
Out of the
freaky,
story,
though.
I know. But that was just one of the things that I thought would be cool for people that are coming to town, that have moved to town, that have never been there before.
Sure.
Something different to see. Because, like, our suggestion was, you said, go to Pittock Mansion or check out Multnomah Falls.
I did over the weekend. My daughter's in town for her spring break because she's a week earlier than the rest of us.
Right.
But, I took her to Mount Tabor Park. I'd never done that before.
Yeah, it's
cool park.
cool.
Yeah, it's a cool park.
Yeah.
And a lot of great scenic views of both Mount Hood and the city.
Yeah.
Kayla said the Spanish Inn in Lincoln City
Yep.
is really worth checking out.
Yep.
Cindy says the beach, but only the North Park because the South is for non-tourists.
Oh, okay.
oh, what
There
does
you
that
go.
mean even?
I don't know.
like,
the beach
it's
is
a
pretty-
cool beach.
The
She
beach-
said that
the coast
and
is pretty regular over
Yeah.
most of it.
Yeah.
There are a couple highlights like Cannon Beach.
Right.
For the most part, all the beach is the same.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Of course, Tillamook has lots of extra cheese, but
Yes.
Well, that's not even at the beach.
oh, okay. Well, there's that.
Yeah, it's off the beach. But there's some great spots, like in at Yaquina Head has got a gorgeous lighthouse to see that with
Yeah.
the whales. It's just something cool, you know?
Cindy also added that other spots, and these might be tourist spots. Multnomah Falls, of course, clearly.
Yep.
Oregon Zoo, Rose Gardens, all good suggestions too.
Yep. I told her one of the destinations maybe to check out was Hood River to go see the windsurfers because it's the #1 windsurfing destination in the world. So that was kind of cool.
Anytime I have people coming to town, I tell you know what you need to do, what you really got to try, take a swim in the Willamette.
On a good day, summer day.
I feel like you're making a joke.
Is that still debated? I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, like Salem was dumping their sewage in as early as last year, right?
But I feel like
No.
every time
Yes.
that something comes up about that, then it always like there's a story. It's like it is clean. It's clean to swim
It is
in.
clean.
Would you jump in it, Clay?
I've been in it every summer since I've lived here.
Oh, wow.
Not a
Yeah.
boy, Clay. Give me a.
Danny?
And he doesn't have a
Big dirty
third
hot
eye,
place.
so he's good.
Yeah, but he's got that tick, you know?
Yeah, the third eye joke. Also, there's no nuclear facilities on the Willamette. The Columbia, okay.
yeah,
Jen,
exactly.
Would you swim in
I-
the Willamette?
No, I grew up in Salem, and that's been like the joke.
You didn't go like float the Willamette?
No, hell no.
Not.
You
Yuck.
flush your toilet into it, but
Do you get in it, Jake?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake's
I have
got a boat. He jumps in it.
Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tow
I've been
my
in it.
boat.
I've jumped in a few times.
Okay, I'm clearly
Yeah.
the only one besides Jen.
I'm from
that wouldn't-
Oklahoma though, so
I'm with you, Jen. High
They have
five.
water there?
You're used to jumping in the mud.
I was going to say, what do you have, ponds?
I assume it's
Pond-
bottled
yeah.
water from Colorado.
It's Blake Shelton and Toby Keith's lake that they share together.
Toby Keith has land in the hometown where I'm from.
Norman?
No, Paul's
Outside of
Valley.
Norman.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He owns land in Paul's Valley.
Margaret wanted to know how old my kids are. My oldest is 11. She's the one here visiting. My youngest two will be here next week.
Cool.
Teresa says, was that a snort, Clay?
Probably.
We learned something new about Clay. He snorts when he laughs.
Sometimes.
And now we're going to pick on you about that.
It's okay.
So those are all good suggestions. And look, even the tourist stuff is still cool if you
Yeah.
haven't done it. So there's no shame in doing like Multnomah Falls. And I
No.
hear
Falls is great.
I hear like this time of year they still have ice and stuff up there. Is that true?
On the outside skirts of it, yes, but you have to hike to get to see that.
Oh, sure.
It's not like it is in February when it's completely frozen, because that is spectacular if you've never seen that before. It
But
truly is.
precarious.
Right, it's
you can't
like
even get to the lodge during that time.
yeah, it's crazy. You
It's
need
hard.
you need ice boots to get through that, but and to see that as a photographer's paradise, that is a spectacle to see at least once.
I was going to take my oldest to go see it. She's seen it before. I was going to take her again because of the ice on Sunday. But I thought, first real sunny, warm day, there's no way I'm going to fight that crowd.
Yeah,
Because
no,
it gets,
it's gonna
especially
be nuts.
early on in the season, they get packed out.
And they just did reports too. I think last weekend with the weather being warm on St. Patty's Day, some people decided to take hikes. Some of the trails had ice on them and they weren't prepared and they slipped and fell like 20, 30 feet.
At Multnomah?
Ooh.
Yeah, because of the fire
Yikes.
that
Oh.
devastated the gorge area.
Is it all open now?
It's
Or-
open. Some of the trails are still marked
Right.
off, but they've opened most of them. But they're telling people be cautious because there is ice that it's like black
Makes sense.
ice,
Right.
but it's brown ice that you just can't see, and then you go to step, and then you fall and hit your head or something else. So
Oof.
they're warning people to be safe out there.
helmet.
Margaret said, don't swim in the Multnomah River or the Willamette
River?
River if you have an open cut.
That makes sense.
That's
It's
no.
not accurate.
Okay, well, I'm going to err on the side of caution and agree with you, but Jake agrees to disagree.
Just wipe it with Neosporin. It'll go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. About
Anything that'll boost your immune system.
Well, there's that. That's a
I'll
good
spend my
point.
time at Detroit Lake. Thank
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That
Yeah.
Lake is lovely.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That's the water supply for where she lives.
Yes.
What's the one out towards Bend? Sun River? Is that the name of it? I heard that's really beautiful too. I wanna
It
take the
is.
kids
Sun
up.
River.
It's not really a water attraction.
It's not.
No,
I
it's
mean,
just
there's a
some
river.
destination.
There's a river,
that
the
runs through
Deschutes.
it. The Deschutes, which is gorgeous.
It's
and if you love
gorgeous.
to fish, absolutely, yes, it's a destination.
Take your kid to Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
I
have fun.
love Bend.
But if you don't plan your trip for like Sun River in that area, like now, you're not going to get in the summer because it's so busy that time of year.
That's
no,
some
there's
river.
there's tons of places
There's
like
a lot of
Airbnb.
Airbnbs,
Yeah.
and it's more.
You can't go camping.
Yes.
Without being ready.
Right, that's the hard part. The cool thing is that there is plenty of destinations to get to during the summer, easier than winter because a lot of people want to go over and go ski at Mount Bachelor.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's a lot easier. And you can go snowmobiling over there through Sisters and a bunch of other stuff. But summertime there is awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing you got to try today if you love ice cream is free ice cream day.
At Ben
What's
and
that?
Jerry's?
No, that's at Dairy Queen. Today,
Oh,
first
DQ.
day of spring.
Do we
They're
have
doing-
Dairy Queens here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tons of places.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
They went away for a little while, but then they came back.
Yeah. I
So-
have 3 in the couve. I'm good.
They
Okay.
do it every year to celebrate first day of spring, which is today
At 2:58.
at
Oh.
2:58.
Yep.
What do you mean?
That's when?
the
Oh, that's
equinox.
That's the
no,
equinox.
that's the only minute you can get free ice cream.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, what a
What?
weird thing.
Yeah, no.
2:58, we're doing ice
2:58
cream.
today. We leave winter, thank God, and we go to spring.
And they don't have a Rita's Ice up here, do they?
No.
Oh, I know Rita's is doing something similar too
Mm.
with some free ice, but that's neither here nor there. If we
I don't
don't
know
have
what
it
I'm
up-
doing after work tonight.
Is it a
Getting your free ice
blizzard?
cream.
Do you get a blizzard?
You're
Probably
talking
just
to
a
us.
Soft serve
cone.
cone.
Yeah.
I promise I wouldn't
Okay,
say
that's
I'm
still
the
dope.
V word this episode.
Oh.
The V
You
word?
almost
Promise
did.
that.
Vegan.
You know, the reason I wouldn't have ice cream. on
I'll
free
say
ice
it.
cream
He's
day.
vegan.
Did you see that McDonald's is having vegan nuggets?
I did, but you have to fly to
What V
Norway
word
to
did you
get it
think?
right.
Oh, well,
I
screw it
was
then.
trying to figure it out.
So anyway, I wanted to go around and see what your favorite brand of ice cream was. Brand or flavor, if you will.
Oh, man, flavor for me.
Dairy Queen.
You're going Dairy Queen?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. oh,
Even though
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not technically ice cream.
What do you mean?
It's soft serve. It doesn't have the percentage of milk fat you have to have for it to be considered ice cream versus soft serve.
Eh,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
It's true.
Is that
Sounds like-
different than
sounds like
frozen
vegan knowledge.
yogurt?
You learned that at Vegan University?
VU.
Here we go. Here we
You would
go.
Funny.
Ah,
Dairy
that-
Queen, I think, is the best ice cream.
Is that different than frozen yogurt?
Yes.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
is soft serve different than frozen yogurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yogurt has more like a little,
Yogurt is not ice cream.
Yeah,
it's not ice
yogurt.
cream,
It's
but it
yogurt.
has more of a grit to it
Like a,
as opposed to,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like you can taste it on your tongue.
yeah.
Tic Tacs there?
Yeah.
I think my favorite ice cream is Bluebell.
I was gonna say that.
Oh.
Yes. If you don't know about Bluebell, it's a Texas thing. But you're an Oklahoma
Mhm.
boy, Clay. You
Yeah.
ever had Bluebell?
You have
Yeah.
you have
That's what I
Bluebell.
grew up
You
eating.
can
yeah.
order it online too, and they can ship it to you.
Their peppermint, I hate peppermint everything, but their peppermint ice cream that comes out at Christmas
That's good.
is life.
The best Rocky Road ice cream ever,
Huh.
hands down. All their flavors are absolutely spectacular.
I go with Tillamook ice
oh,
cream.
local boy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna
Right.
say, Jake?
It's good ice cream. If you're buying it from the freezer section, buy Tillamook.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bunch of others, but I like the Tillamook
They
the
mean it when
best.
they do it.
I won't be doing that, but
No, of course.
because you
You're
know.
the V word.
We'll enjoy it for you.
Clay, what about you?
Gotta go Ben and Jerry's half baked
Yeah.
and fish food.
By the way, shout out to Ben and Jerry's
Wait.
who make non-dairy ice cream.
They do.
And
Are you not
Including-
allowed to say the V word?
No, my girlfriend's
It's
like, you
been
can't say
5
that
minutes,
this
you
episode.
can't.
Okay, I won't.
Yes, you can. The
He
fish
says
food
it every
thing.
episode.
Yeah.
Is that because the flavor's actually good?
That's why I tried it,
Okay.
but now it's like one of my favorite ice creams. Listen to what's in it. It's chocolate
Yeah.
and vanilla swirl
Uh-huh.
with mushroom, or not
Well,
mushroom.
I was like, whoa.
It has
marshmallow.
This ice cream is amazing, man.
Marshmallow.
elephant friends love it.
Marshmallow, caramel, and little chocolate fishes.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you see the
that sounds
leprechaun?
really good.
So
I bring
good.
that up because Clay has a history with fish.
I
that-
do.
that
The
you really
band.
Like. Yeah,
The band.
Not like
PH.
fishing, but
Yeah,
PH.
Fish with a PH.
Mhm.
And summarize that real quick.
Uh,
You're
I,
obsessed,
I
right?
started seeing them in 2009 on their second rejoining as a band, and since I've seen them 46 times.
This is where the mushrooms come into play.
This is not where the mushrooms come into play. And this summer, I'm going to hit my 50th show this summer. I'm going to Colorado, hitting 3 nights.
And
Oh,
we
wow.
invited him to join us at this podcast anyway.
Are they playing at Red Rocks?
No,
they playing?
they're playing at Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where
yeah,
is
it's
that?
Labor Day. Commerce City, right outside of Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool.
No, nothing wrong with being loyal to a band. It's just
No.
fish, whatever.
Right.
I love it.
It's cool.
It was like that with Bon Jovi for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I agree with you though. Half baked is the best.
Half
spinach.
baked, dude, and
Yeah.
it's I have no control when I'm eating like half baked. It's I eat the
You
whole
can't
thing.
put it
Serving
down.
size is a pint, right?
Size
Yeah,
is
if
the
you want to
bottom of
hate
it.
yourself.
Yeah, it's like 4
That's why I
servings
don't
in a
eat
pint.
ice cream. I can't stop. Self control with me. I don't have it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like their Cherry Garcia.
Oh, I hate cherries.
Have you ever had a bad Ben
God,
Jerry's
what?
flavor though?
Cherry Garcia.
Okay, mate.
If you don't like cherries, I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah, I hate
I don't like
cherries.
bananas,
Doesn't
so
do
the
it for you.
chunky monkey's kind of for me. But
Mm.
Ew, bananas in anything other than just like eating a banana is nasty.
Not even a banana split?
No, that's
Banana
weird.
pudding?
Ew,
Oh.
no.
Banana cream pie.
No banana anything.
I took my daughter to Slappy Cakes over the weekend, that pancake place where you make your own design pancakes.
Yep.
And I included bananas in that, and
Delete it.
I thought that was good with pancakes.
Yeah.
But
It's not bad.
maybe that's
It's cool.
just me.
Yep.
Okay, who else? What? Anybody else want to throw theirs on the table?
I'll do mine.
Okay.
So I realized that in a lot of movies, it's perceived that people have morning routines. Like they wake up, they work out like possibly in their house, or
Right.
they go to a class and they go down the street to their favorite coffee shop and the barista knows their name, and then they go home and they shower and they sit down and they read the paper and their family sits down and they all eat together and then they go off their merry way. And I'm like, that's not real life.
No.
Definitely not.
That's not sustainable.
So where did they come up with like this idea of like morning routines or like morning rituals? Like, do people actually have those? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, we all do,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
I mean, we all do the same thing every morning. It's just it doesn't include like a square breakfast with
It's not as
glass of-
luxurious.
OJ
Right.
and a glass of milk
Yeah,
and a
'cause
bowl of Crispits.
My ritual currently consists of cussing when the first alarm goes off,
For sure.
snoozing it twice,
Yep.
then saying F, I have to get up now. So I do.
Yeah.
And then I hurry up and I get ready. I fly down the freeway at 80 miles an hour.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. Incriminate
You're not
yourself.
supposed to tell.
There's no
that.
cops on I-5 at that time in the morning.
There will be
There
now.
will be
I just cursed myself.
Wait till you get busted.
Yeah. I'll be late. I got pulled over.
Good day for me.
Tomorrow.
Except I don't know if I would get busted because we're all doing 80. Like nobody's going the speed
Well, I
limit
hope
at
they single you
4:45.
What
Low
time do you leave
traffic.
in the morning?
Around 4:45.
From Kaiser,
Yeah.
and you head to downtown Portland. What are you driving?
Picking
in?
up
But I
Yeah,
take
yeah,
the
what's-
exit at Woodburn,
Yeah, what kind of car
and
do
you
you
don't know
drive?
where I go from there. No,
That's funny.
and then I get here
License
and we
plate?
do the things, and maybe I have my breakfast at 6. But like, you know, sometimes I work out before the show, but that's it. That I don't really have like this beautiful
Well, you
movie-esque
can't.
routine.
We have this weird schedule that we can't do it.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
You have it. You're like a slacker fish fan.
Well, let me ask you
Do you
this.
have anything? Oh, hold on. Do you have anything that you do in the morning?
It's really like I don't have to be here at 4:45, but it's
Yeah.
very similar. First alarm goes off at 7, and that's always. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Good.
I can't see Clay's face.
First alarm goes off at 7. That never happens. 7:15, I get up on that one. I'll shower. Don't usually eat breakfast. Take Gabby for a walk. That's my dog. And
It's my daughter. Same name, not your dog. That got
like,
weird.
Yeah, that was like that got awkward real quick.
take Mojo's daughter for a walk. And then
Come
hop on the
Let's
bus.
go. Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then hop on the 19 and come here. Stare at my computer for about an hour and then start working.
So, like the dog walk, that counts as like part of your routine, right?
Yeah,
has
I
to,
would
yeah.
imagine- yeah, it
She's
has
gotta
to
go.
for him.
Yeah.
She's got to go.
Living in a little apartment.
I see what Jen's saying though in that perspective. Like they paint this pretty picture of this family
Yeah.
that was sitting down together,
Oh, sure.
and then that's the typical Hollywood scene,
yeah.
as
But the-
opposed to us.
That's
who are
less than 1% of Americans.
Well,
let's
the
be
thing
honest.
is to like do that whole like nice luxurious routine where you're not rushing. You would have to get up at like what time you guys are getting up.
What
just
time
to
does your
be-
first alarm go off?
4.
Wow,
I can't even.
mine goes off at 5:30.
Damn.
I think there is a routine that happens at my. I'm not there for it, but I think there is a routine. I'm not in it, you know. Like
No, but they're smiling. Whoa,
I
weird.
think my wife gets up and she gets up and has like tea and catches up on her news and stuff. And then my boys get up at a certain time, and then they come out and they sit on the couch under their blankets with their milk and drink and watch one episode of whatever, and then they hop on the bus. I think there is a pattern of which you do it. I don't know if it counts as what you're looking for, but
I don't know. I just always
me.
wonder, like, are there families out there that like have a morning routine and then they all get
Good
on the
morning,
bus
Father.
and go off
Yeah.
and like, no,
Happy
is
day.
that happening?
I don't understand people that work out at the end of the day. Oh, period. Sure did. But I'm like, if I work out and I don't do it first thing in the morning, I'm not going to do it. I can't, like, after my day is done, I'm not going to go work out. I know Clay does that a lot, and I know Danny does.
I have to hit it at lunch because I'm with you.
I got to
can't-
hit it in the morning.
I can't. I love the idea of hitting it in the morning, but I
I
can't.
saw Clay coming back sweaty to the office yesterday.
Every
Yeah.
day at like
I had just come out of the gym doing
Noon
it, so I
30.
was
Clay, which way is the gym? Is it that way or?
I think it might
Oh,
be
boy.
over there. Maybe it's
Damn.
over there.
Oh,
Look at those tries.
Stop it.
Yeah, you definitely are feeling it for Tony today.
So you tuned in for BS and didn't know you were going to get a gun show, did you?
Are we allowed to have guns in here?
No.
Yes.
these-
I have two. 'cause
Yeah.
you
Have two?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long
Okay.
as you
and
have your
Lars.
license to carry, you're good.
you're a good replacement for Tony.
Is Tony always? I feel like he probably would be in here flexing all the time.
Yeah, but he'd have a shirt off and it gets weird. So
takes his
post-
shirt off?
Think it's
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
When he's
It's
online,
awkward.
if there's a camera pointed at him
At
Yeah.
Tony Russell Radio.
Yeah.
on Instagram.
He is
just-
weird.
Like, I have my things I do in the morning because I have to,
Right.
but usually it's me rushing around. It's
Yeah.
not me like,
Just taking your time.
Doing
sipping your
yoga.
coffee.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest reason that I don't think those commercial TV mornings exist, because we're always in a hurry. That's really the gist of it. Nobody's sitting down and relaxing unless it's a weekend. We've
Right.
all got places to be, things to do, things to get going. Nobody wants to sit around and just look at the newspaper and
Right.
sip our tea.
God, that sounds good though.
And no one
It
reads the
does.
paper anymore, anyways.
It's just not realistic.
I would though.
how do you get a newspaper?
On your iPad.
I would
New
totally
York
read the paper
Times.
though.
Yeah.
If I had that built in my life, I would make the paper part of my morning.
But
Well, I mean,
like,
you can't. Do you have an
like-
iPhone?
No, I mean that paper.
Like
oh,
a
like the
physical
actual
paper,
physical
yes.
paper.
Like, yeah, to go pick
I
up the
totally would.
Tribune or
like,
something
do they
like that.
throw it at your door still? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
If there's still people in
While
print,
they're
I'm sure
delivering
in
your milk.
Salem, what's the paper in Salem? It's the-
Statesman's Journal.
Hey, I had
Statesman's
milk
Journal,
delivery
yeah.
when I was in
I'm
Seattle.
sure that they probably still print that and throw that out.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's kids riding bikes
You
through the
can order
neighborhood.
one on Amazon Prime.
Like you said, I just get it on my iPad.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You pay for
Exactly.
news? Anybody?
No.
No.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Which
I
one?
pay for Washington Post.
Washington Post?
Mhm.
They've almost got me a few times because like they'll get me with the headline
Five
and then I'll
articles,
click
yeah.
on it. I'm like, damn it!
I gotta
got
pay
I'm
for
gonna
that.
pay
Yeah.
$5.99 a month just to
And
finish
it's
reading
tied
it.
into Amazon, because Bezos owns
Mhm.
both of them, and so like it's very easy. It
Ah.
just comes out of your, comes out of that.
I'm not
account.
supporting that guy anymore.
Oh, why
Why?
not?
He gets enough money.
Well, he
I
just
mean,
got his.
You guys are brothers in baldness.
I know, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Look, the guy is a
You just did.
Yeah, you kind of did.
what?
You just
Free
said I'm not
plug!
giving him any more money.
Well,
Danny.
I don't want to give him any more money by paying $5.99 a month
Right.
for the Washington
It's
Journal.
it's
He
Whatever.
literally
For a
just got his
month.
money cut in half
I know,
with that divorce.
I know.
That's his
No
bad.
prenup, son.
Oh,
I mean, still.
so now he's only worth $6 billion.
right. Yeah, I mean,
no, he's only worth 70 now.
Shucks.
Yeah.
70.
Oh, that means he couldn't even afford to buy 21st Century Fox.
dude.
That's what Disney paid,
I know, it's
$75
crazy.
billion for
It's
that
crazy.
today. That's
Dang.
crazy.
It's nuts.
What is your topic today, Jake?
Mine is the celebrities that you throw shade at for petty reasons. What happened?
Oh, we just
I broke your pen. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Throw shade at for petty
We could
reasons.
not have nice
ADD
things.
ADD podcast.
Yeah, the celebrities that you decided to hate early on, and you
Ooh.
just didn't have a good reason for it.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mm.
What's
Okay,
up with
why?
Why Mark Wahlberg?
Terrible acting.
No, he's not.
The only thing he's ever been good in, and it isn't good for the right reasons, is Boogie Nights. Other than that,
What do you mean it's not good for the right reasons?
Yeah.
I,
You're gonna have to defend
because
this one.
no, because he's a bad actor playing a bad actor.
He's
so
definitely not.
I disagree. I mean, Lone Survivor. I'm scared. What are we
also-
gonna do, guys?
And also,
every movie, it's that.
that's a good reason to not like an actor if you think they're a bad actor. I'm talking about Danny Dwyer, most specifically, who has given up on Taylor Swift, who literally changed country music for the better, doesn't like her because the way she reacts at award shows.
Wait, let me clarify. Let me
Please
just clarify. It's not that I don't like Taylor. I love
You hated her yesterday.
I know. No, I hate the thing that she does, and there's going to be people that agree with me on this. I know it.
Of course. But Danny.
No, here's the deal. I
Let
like
him
Taylor.
explain.
When she was at the Outback Steakhouse with us, and she was sweet little Taylor. She was gorgeous. She came out. She met everybody. She was cute. We've all seen her grow. We've all seen her do her world reputation tour, and it's like the biggest tour in history. What I'm sick of watching about her is that every award show, whether it be the Billboard Music Awards, the iHeart Music Awards, the Grammys or whatever, whenever she wins, she's like, oh my God,
everybody knows that.
Oh my God.
But would you-
drives me crazy.
Yeah, would you rather her
because
go up there and be like, "Of course I got this award"?
No, but I'm like, no, but like if you see,
It's
and
just her mannerisms.
yeah,
Because
no, it's
of course you're going to be excited if you win,
yes.
you know. But
Look,
it's
if
just,
I win a Grammy, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like I went nuts the day I held the CMA on the TV.
Right.
You know, I was like, oh my God, it was incredible.
but hers is the same every time.
But it's like, okay, you've won your 12th CMA. You've won your 15th ACM. You've won your 9th Grammy. And after 5,
Yeah.
it gets old.
Danny, the
I'll
thing is,
remember that the next crystal microphone you win.
the thing is, Danny,
Why are you
yesterday-
surprised?
Yesterday, Taylor just came up in just random conversation. Somebody said her name, and you were like, "Well, you said, screw Taylor, I'm over her."
Oh,
That is pretty much exactly what you
Taylor,
said.
I'm over
Those
her.
are fighting words, Danny.
I know.
Right?
And it comes down to because she makes Taylor face, which it has a name even. Taylor face. Of course, that's perfectly reasonable to dislike about her. But you said screw Taylor, I'm over her.
I'm
much
over her.
animosity.
I'm over her facial expressions.
Okay, well, fine.
Let
You
me
need to
clarify.
shake it off.
I know.
okay.
Don't be so mean.
I don't like Tom Brady.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. And
But
most of America.
I bet you have a good reason for it.
No. He just,
Is
he
that he
just
wins too much?
sucks.
He always looks surprised when he wins too.
Margaret was checking in with us a little bit ago. I want to know if anybody has agreed with me on Taylor Swift. I just want to know. Am I the only one?
No, Margaret hasn't chimed in on that.
Okay.
On what part, Danny?
Of her doing her facial expressions.
Nobody,
like,
everybody
my
agrees.
God,
That's a well-known thing about Taylor. Everybody makes fun of that same thing.
I
Of
know.
course, it's okay
Stop
to be bothered by
already.
that little thing. I'm talking about like I hate the Jersey Shore cast,
Oh yeah.
but not for any good. Not for any good reason at all. I just decided like they were like my first encounter with them was like they're into Gym Tan Laundry or whatever they do.
Right.
Gym
What's
Tan Laundry.
that?
GTO.
GTL, baby. Come
GTO.
on.
That means go to the gym, work out, get tan, and wear nice clothes.
That's their morning routine.
That's their morning. Yeah, routine.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what they do. And
Okay.
I, with that much information, decided I hate all these people.
I feel like a lot of
And that's-
people are with you on that
Yeah,
one.
that's not a good enough reason to hate somebody.
To hate someone,
Yeah.
right?
Kardashians. There's lots of reasons to loathe them.
I don't even loathe them. I'm not interested. I don't interact at all. But
Yeah.
but I decided I'm actively gonna campaign against Jersey Shore.
You know what's funny
for
about
the
the
dumbest of
Kardashians?
reasons.
They bug me too, but I get sucked into them every time. I'm like, oh,
like The
just-
Bachelor.
Yeah, well, that's a different story.
Yeah, you
Uh,
get sucked into a lot of stuff.
He
I
does.
know.
He watches The Voice and American Idol in real time every week too.
But it's funny because you guys are all like, "Oh, did you see this movie?" And you guys talk movie lines, and I'm like, "I don't even go to the movies because no one goes with me."
You don't have time, Danny.
I know. I'm
'Cause
watching
you're
too much
watching
six
TV.
reality
6
TV.
hours of The Voice a week.
It's with that
That's a
free
lot.
Xfinity he gets.
Oh.
I know,
Clay, do
it's
you have
crazy.
any celebrities you can't stand?
I've been trying to think the whole time, and I feel like I was with you at one point whenever Jersey Shore first came out.
Sure.
I'm like, God, these dudes suck.
Yeah.
You're
Like,
not
there's
about
no
to
way
say
these
you
are
like
real.
them.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm addicted to the Jersey Shore
I
now.
believe we had this conversation on your podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah.
I love them. Pauly D.
And Snooki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny.
JWoww.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pauly D was
Pauly
here
D-
a few years ago and DJ'd one of our shows.
Really?
For our sister station, yeah.
Dude.
And it was a madhouse. The place was insane. People were lined up for blocks to see him.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
crazy.
get it.
I guarantee when I heard that, I went like, I don't like that guy.
You should
I couldn't
follow
even
him on
pick him out of
Twitter.
a lineup.
He's got a hashtag Pauly D's positivity.
Right.
It's just like all positive stuff. It's like Monday motivation every day of the week.
Right.
It's
PDP.
great.
Yeah.
It's great, but
Yeah.
not enough to break
But
through
you
my
hate him.
initial like I've already decided.
I'm over here going, get off my lawn. I don't
Get off my
I don't get it.
lawn.
I'm old. I don't get it.
You kids.
Yeah, Jen, do you watch Jersey Shore?
I did back in its heyday.
Mhm.
Okay, but not anymore.
No.
No, I didn't
It's
even know
been
it was
10
still
years.
on.
Wait, is it still on?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it still
Family
runs on
reunion.
MTV too.
Yeah, where they're all
Oh, they're doing a reunion.
older.
Yeah.
Now
So
they have
they
kids
went away and have now come back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're a little
yeah,
more
now
wrinkly?
Mike's in prison, I think.
from all that tanning.
Well, it does give you a glimpse into what long-term STDs look like, so that's good.
Maybe.
It's that reality TV, man.
We're
It
gonna
just
shame
sucks
people
you
forever.
in.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
There, now we're
Let's
covered.
sprinkle that word in. If you
Right.
Clay, what are you bringing today?
I'm gonna bring it full circle
Uh-oh.
I'm
to
curious
help.
see how
Maybe you can. Maybe this will help Tony out
Okay.
with his problem. Who likes
Oh my
Who
gosh.
likes hot food
Oh,
or spicy food?
hot sauce on everything.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Maybe you'll like this hot sauce. It's called Scientific Steve's Venom Chili Sauce, and the reason it's called that is because it's supposed to be so hot that it mimics a tarantula bite. So you start sweating and you have muscle spasms, and it
Sounds
was,
delightful.
yeah, right. Like, why would you go
Why would you put yourself
that
in that
hot?
position?
Like, why would you want to
Why
do
would you
that?
eat
Right?
that?
There's somebody who chases down the hottest of the hot. Those people who do that, like go to Salvador Molly's and have their
Right.
the challenge.
The thing
whatever
that
it
they
is.
do every year.
Yeah, and if you conquered that, I mean, it's got to be a next step. You got to find the K2
Like you're chasing
of
the
spiciness.
Yeah.
That sounds like it should be
like
it.
a
Millennials,
drug
you put the
addict.
word challenge in front of anything and they'll do it. It's the drink a bottle of bleach challenge. Oh, okay. Good.
Don't
I
do
mean,
that.
have you
Don't do
watched
that.
the
do that.
Food Network lately? It's not millennials who are at the burger joint eating the 50-pound burger. It's people your age.
I'm
don't-
1 year removed from millennial.
I know, but like, don't diss millennials. We're not out doing food challenges.
I don't think you're right. I don't think it's the millennials doing challenges.
No.
What's the
It's like
what's the
50-year-olds.
cutoff on millennial?
I'd say it's the teens.
38.
38
Yeah,
as of like look.
that's it right now.
Oh, okay.
If you're
Interesting.
born like 82 to
It's
94
like
or
35,
something.
but
No,
Hmm.
it's not. But
yes,
yeah,
it is.
according to Jake, he's a zennial.
You know what millennial means? It means somebody who was a minor when the millennium hits. That's where the word comes from. People
Right.
have tried to switch it, but that is what it is.
If you were born in
Like,
2001, you
it's
would
not
be.
subject to like interpretation. It means if you were alive when the millennium hits, but you were not yet 18, it means you're a millennial.
That's what
Gotcha.
it means.
I thought it was 21.
That's where it started. Now
But anyways, my point being, I have never watched the Food Channel and like, oh, the ghost pepper wing challenge. You have to eat 50 of them.
It's like a kid on
And
there.
it's a kid or like someone my age. Like, that's not a thing. They're like a dad who have like teenagers themselves.
Dang.
It's funny when you say that, though, of those challenges because the food can be so crazy.
Mhm.
Tanner he thinks he likes spicy food. And so a couple times we've gone to restaurants. In fact, Firehouse Subs in Vancouver, if you walk into Firehouse Subs, they have a whole shelf full of their spices and that you could add to your sandwiches. And they're numbered 3 through 10. And
doesn't B-Dubs have that too?
I think so.
Yeah.
They have like just a list of the different varieties. But at Firehouse particular, Tanner's like, I don't see a 10, Dad. I'm like, do you really, really want to try it? I'm like, if you really want to try it, like, we'll get you a milk because that's the thing that takes away the heat right
Right.
away. So the other day, he took just a tiny bit on a number 9 on his finger.
And just wrecked him.
Why?
His face lit up like
sticking
a
his eye.
firecracker, man.
Oh,
He's in the
no.
sucking down ice. It's like, I'm like, I don't know why you want to subject yourself to the pain, but okay,
Right.
if you want to do it, at
Like-
least you learn.
So I feel like a lot of people want to force themselves to like spicy food. Like
Yeah.
you either like it or you don't.
Well,
Right.
it is the challenge part of it too. You want to see if
Yeah.
you can tolerate. I
Yeah.
went to Sammy Kershaw, who's coming, by the way, with the Roots and Boots. It's Sammy Kershaw, Aaron Tippin, and Colin Ray, June 8th, 98.7thebull.com for tickets.
Oh,
Shameless
dang.
plug.
Sprinkle
But
that in there.
when he was married to Lori Morgan, they had this hot chicken place out in, I think it was like Franklin or something near Nashville. And I went out there and they had like, I forgot what the name, it was like some stupid dumb name for like the hottest thing ever. It was like melt your face or something crazy atomic or whatever. I tried it. I was dared to try it, but I thought, oh, you know what? I'm smarter than the rest of these guys. I'm not going to eat the skin. I'm going to dig up to the bone and grab a piece of chicken off the bone where I know the spices haven't dripped into. And then I'll be like, oh, look, I can handle it. And no, it was hot. It was the hottest thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I'll never do it again. Like, it took me like a week to recover, and I would be taking the next day off like Tony is for this probably a similar reason having to do with that area.
Right.
Yeah, Tony. Hey, man, you got your depository, whatever going on. Hit up Venom Tech. Try some of this Scientific Steve's Venom Chili Sauce. I bet
don't
that'll.
crazy.
Don't do that to your butt. That's not.
Brings a whole
didn't
new.
say-
Yeah, it's supposed to
He
mimic
didn't say
being
the
bitten by a
suppository.
tarantula. Like,
Tarantula.
why?
Yeah.
Why would you want
Why
that?
would you want that?
Because
Right.
if you can take it, you're awesome.
And
Then
some
you're-
people
it's like
can.
wearing a badge.
Some people
Yeah,
can
I'll
because some of the
guarantee
foods.
there's a good number of people who can eat that and even react minimally. Go
Oh,
on with their
wha-
life.
I personally
I'll
like
wash it-
my muscles to not spasm.
Yeah,
I
that's the part that got me. Like, if it's something so hot that it's making your muscles.
Your
body
body
react.
Sounds like a
reacts
good
to-
workout though.
Yeah.
Get a lot of sweat.
You
Afterwards,
get a
you're
lot
like,
of
"Oh,
cramps.
ugh,
Yeah.
I think I'd rather
Wash-
just go in the sauna.
Wash it down with an ice cube suppository.
Yeah.
according to the Washington Post and Wikipedia, referencing your paper,
Democracy dies in dark
millennials were 1981 to 1996 birth years.
81
What year were you born?
96.
80.
Okay, you're a year removed.
I know.
Clay, what year are you born?
I know.
90.
90.
Yeah,
Okay, you're a millennial. Jen,
I'll take it.
88.
millennial. Danny, I won't even ask you. I know you're not.
I'm Gen X.
Okay.
What's the
38.
big like what's wrong with, because I hear a lot of negative connotation with millennials. Like, what's wrong with being a millennial?
Oh, this show is the worst.
Why?
Them
is
give
it?
me crap. Tony and Jay give me crap all the time.
Why? Because you're late to.
Because they like avocado toast and big hats.
I love avocado.
There's
So do I.
but you know what? There's always like people saying like
Lazy.
lazy, don't
entitled
find a
is
real
the,
job,
entitlement.
entitled.
Entitled is the biggest
Yeah.
negative word
Mm.
surrounding your generation, and which, no, we don't, Jen. We don't crap on you hardly at all. We do report on it because it is fun to watch you react to it.
And let's be honest, the most millennial-minded person is Tony in the room. I would say.
I'll
So,
buy that.
and he's the furthest removed from that
Mhm.
age group. So
Yeah,
Put Tony on blast today.
it's I think it's more of a mindset and an attitude, not necessarily an age per
because
se.
he's not here.
right.
So I don't know that we're giving you the hard time as we are the stereotypes surrounding millennials, but
It's just hard for me to even buy into the millennial stereotype because everybody who's my age, who's like 30, 29, 32, like right in the core,
You're
hardest
not
working.
core. You're an old millennial.
Right.
you are an old soul.
Yeah.
No, I don't
According
mean
to
that. I
what-
mean like you're literally an old millennial. Most millennials are younger than you.
You know what the deal? I just came up with it. The deal with millennials and why, like the guys named off, like entitled, this and that. What's wrong with millennials? It's we all grew up in the age of instant gratification,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like we have iPhones, we have the internet. You put any generation in being able to have instant gratification, you're gonna
Yep.
turn out the same exact way. So it's not so much as like, obviously you can't control when you're born, but if you were
Right.
born and could instantly like order a new pair of Nikes on your phone and they'd be here the next day, like
Yeah.
you would.
Or the
Right.
internet fame of
Right.
becoming a YouTube star. We didn't
Yeah,
have
exactly.
that kind of access to that sort
Right.
of platform back when we were growing
There's nothing
up.
wrong with any of that. It's the those of your generation,
Mhm.
not you two or most any, just the bad apples who
Right.
feel they're entitled to that thing. Like I should get a job
Just because.
just because.
Yeah.
Everybody. That's
Or
what I-
get
that's what I
preferential
deserve.
treatment, like
Yeah.
you deserve a day off because you worked hard today.
I feel like that comes from their parents, which is in what generation?
Oh,
Danny's generation.
No, it's a boomer thing.
Where'd Danny go? There he is.
And let's be honest. I mean, this is where we're starting. Imagine how Generation Z is going to turn out, and they're already starting to become adults. So I mean, it's
bizarre.
It'll be interesting.
Let me be
It will be.
clear on this. I bust my kids' butts to work, and my son Austin, I have to honestly say, he has a great work ethic. I mean, he literally is busting his butt as a mechanic, learning everything he can. And when he's not learning, he's taking stuff apart on his off time just to keep going to learn something more.
And my kids
So.
bust their butts on making TikTok videos, and one day they're going to make daddy some money.
Dude, you could. I just takes
don't-
one.
You
It just
don't know.
takes one. You go
don't-
viral,
Yeah.
suddenly you got money.
Boom.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
So
I
Exactly.
got you,
I
millennials.
encourage it.
Millennials.
Yeah.
Holding
Right.
you down.
Let's say I got you. You're in it.
I got you,
You are one.
millennials. I got us.
I got us. That's
We're in this together.
Not ashamed.
All right. Well, I think everybody's got their topic out, right?
Yep.
Right? Miss anybody? All right. Well, thank you again for watching, Clay. Thank you for filling in for Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Clay.
Plug
Plug your podcast real quick.
Oh yeah. Please do.
Okay. I have my own podcast with my buddy Miho. It's called This Stays in This Room,
And it never stays in the room.
and it never stays in the room. It's kind of the irony of it. But yeah, you can find that at TSITR podcast on all socials, iTunes, YouTube. We're trying to build our YouTube page, so check out our YouTube. We film everything.
That's
Thank
cool.
you.
You guys do a great job with that. Seriously.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
In fact, it's way better.
Mojo doesn't
than
like it
this.
when Jen comes on because he doesn't like the content that you guys talking about.
Who?
Mojo, Dad over there.
He
Not
doesn't what?
Jen, Taylor.
Taylor?
Was it Taylor?
Yeah, it's
Taylor.
Taylor.
Excuse me.
Oh,
You
so
guys,
Taylor
you guys
comes on.
get. You guys
you
get.
told her not to come on?
No, I didn't tell her not to come on. I said be careful what you're associating your brand with because you guys drop a lot of curse
Oh.
words and things that aren't necessarily
Interesting. Good to
things we
know.
would do on Bull.
Bet you didn't
per
know that
se.
vegans don't like curse words.
Yeah. What do you guys like?
It's not the curse words. Some
Veggies.
of the content. is-
Don't take my
Hummus.
brain.
lettuce.
Hummus.
It's okay. You are on multiple platforms
Pretzels.
and it works for some of them. I get
Right.
it. I'm not. This. I'm going to start a podcast called Vegan Bashing, and you're all welcome because that's all you do.
I'll be there.
We're gonna finish this, and Mojo's gonna be like, "Can you cut out the part where Clay was plugging his podcast?"
You can't. It's Facebook Live, buddy.
I'm going to eat my avocado toast and grow a beard and put on my blue
Except
light
you're not going to eat
glasses.
the toast because you're vegan.
I can eat toast.
Yeah.
Jen.
It has butter in it.
I don't put butter on the toast.
It's
It doesn't
in the
come with butter in
toast.
No, it doesn't come with butter.
Describe
milk,
to us
no
what you
egg.
think toast is.
Don't you mix flour, butter, salt, sugar?
Yeah, go ahead.
We
A
need
little
to
bit of
do a
horse meat,
cookie
and
segment.
then you make toast.
How to make toast with Jen. So you take.
There's sausage in bread, you guys. No, there's not.
I don't think I know how to make bread.
That's
Do
why.
you know how many ostriches had to die?
That's
to
why
make
Jen's
this
bread
loaf of
machine
bread?
doesn't work.
Jen with 2 ends.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh,
That's how we end this podcast. Thank you, Jen, for that. That
That's
was
pretty
worth the
good.
wait.
Bye.